Welcome back, listeners. Today our guest is here to share the scary story in her words, where every story you hear will follow you long after you leave. Okay, Jenna, let's begin.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited and honestly a little nervous to dive into this story. It gave me goosebumps the first time I heard it. So let's see how everyone listening feels when they hear it. Hope. You don't be scared. Love is blind. But sometimes, love can lead you into the darkest corners of hell. Tonight, I will tell you the story of Jack, a young man who thought he had found the perfect girl, Eliana. But Eliana was no ordinary woman. She was a black magician. Her love was a trap, and every step Jack took brought him closer to a terrifying fate. This is the curse of Eliana. Jack first meets Eliana at a university cafe. She's beautiful, mysterious, and always reading strange old books with symbols on the covers. Jack was immediately drawn to her. She smiled less, but her eyes glowed like burning coal in the dark. Jack thought it was just an attraction, but little did he know. He was staring into the eyes of a black magician. As they talk for the first time, Eliana casually stirs her tea. The spoon spins on its own even after she lets go, clinking against the cup without stopping. Weeks pass, and Jack and Eliana grow close. She suddenly invites him to a private Valentine's dinner at her house, far away on the edge of an old forest. Her voice was sweet, but carried a strange weight. It wasn't a request, it was a command. Jack hesitated, but something in her tone made him say yes, even when his gut screamed to run. That night, before Jack leaves, Eliana sends him a text message. "Don't come late, Jack. The others are waiting." The text disappears from his phone seconds later. Jack arrives. The house is candlelit. The air smells of burning herbs. Eliana is dressed in black silk, with strange symbols painted on her arms. The dinner feels more like a ritual. She spoke softly, asking Jack about his fears, his secrets, his bloodline. Her questions weren't of love. They were of power. As Jack eats, the candle flames suddenly bend toward Eliana, as if pulled by her presence. Her shadow on the wall grows taller than her body, stretching unnaturally across the ceiling. After dinner, Eliana leads Jack to a hidden room. Inside are strange statues, bones, and red-stained papers with spells written in blood. She told Jack the truth. She was part of a black magic community. Her mission was to trap young men and force them into their practices. If they refused, they became sacrifices. She gives Jack a choice: join them and perform his first ritual, or face the consequences. As she speaks, the statue's eyes bleed black liquid, dripping onto the floor, forming Jack's name. Jack, terrified, refuses. He yells that he will never practice black magic. Eliana's sweet face twists into a horrifying smile. She whispered, "Then you are not my lover, Jack. You are my offering." The walls shake, candles extinguish, and the black magic cult members emerge from the shadows around the room. As Jack tries to escape, Eliana blows a handful of black powder into the air. Instantly, he feels invisible hands choking him, dragging him back toward her. Jack is tied in the center of the room. Eliana chants with the community, their voices echoing unnaturally. The floor beneath Jack glows red, as if fire burns beneath the house. In his final moment, Jack saw Eliana's true form. Her face stretched, her teeth sharpened, her eyes turned black. She wasn't a lover, nor even human anymore. She was the servant of something much darker. Jack's world turned into darkness when Eliana's black magic community captured him. Chains bound his arms and legs, dragging him into a cold underground chamber where the walls dripped with blood and symbols glowed in crimson. Every night, Eliana would come closer, her voice chanting ancient curses. For 7 nights, Jack, you will rot in hunger, your soul will weaken, and you will beg me to accept the path of black magic. She placed a cracked wooden bowl in front of him. Inside, rotten meat crawling with worms and water black as ink. Jack gagged, but Eliana's eyes glowed red as she hissed, "Eliana, eat, or your blood will boil inside your veins." Jack tried to resist, but weakness grew in his body. Each night ended with a horror. One night, Eliana's shadow crawled up the wall like a giant serpent. Another night, dozens of hands burst out of the floor, grabbing his ankles. And once, Jack woke up to see Eliana sitting just inches away, smiling with fangs, her face dripping with black tar. But Jack had something Eliana didn't expect: willpower. On the 7th night, when Eliana was lost in her demonic chanting, Jack loosened the chain with a stone he had hidden. With bleeding wrists and trembling legs, he ran through the maze-like cave, screams echoing behind him. The cult chased. Eliana's voice thundered, "You cannot run, Jack. My curse will follow you till death." Jack finally stumbled into the forest, collapsing under the pale moonlight. He reached the village at dawn, his face pale, clothes torn, and his voice shaking as he told people the truth. She's not a woman. She's a black magician, a witch of darkness. And she's coming for more. Jack's nightmare did not end the night he escaped. Eliana, curse stayed with him, haunting his dreams, weakening his body, poisoning his soul. For almost a year, he battled between life and death. Doctors tried every medicine. Spiritual healers recited prayers day and night, and slowly, painfully, Jack began to recover. After 12 months of suffering, he finally opened his eyes with clarity. The curse had lifted. His body was weak, but his spirit was alive. And then, he told me everything. Every detail of Eliana's trap. Every ritual. Every scream. Every horror that his eyes had witnessed. He begged me to share his story. Not for sympathy, but as a warning. If you ever meet someone too mysterious, too perfect, if you feel drawn to a charm you cannot explain, remember, Jack, evil often hides behind beauty. And sometimes, what looks like love is only a trap.
Oh my gosh. Such a scary story, but also a lesson for all of us. Evil often hides behind beauty, so stay safe, stay aware. If you have your own horror or mysterious story, share it with us. You can email or WhatsApp your experience, and Jenna will pick the best ones to narrate here. The story that gets the most likes and engagement will also win a special giveaway. Thank you so much for listening. Stay with us by subscribing to more horrific stories and mysterious life events.